Hi everyone, this is CherryEnchantress and this is your July reading. So it's only July 2nd that I'm making it. Hopefully it's still not too late in the month. Busy June for me, and I hope it was a fun and busy June for you guys as well. So this time we're going to do a little bit of an AI pick a card. We have the Empress, the Three of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles. Let's take a look at each one. Card 1 is the Empress. Card 2 is the Three of Cups. Card 3 is the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so now you just pick 1, 2, or 3. First, let's take a deep breath in through your nose. Close your eyes, relax. Breathe out through your mouth. Open your eyes. And let's begin. And here is your pile number 1. So you picked the lovely Empress. Good choice. The Empress is all about nature and the mother energy. She's the matriarch. She embodies all the positive feminine qualities. She is all about Venus and the divine feminine and the counterparts, the feminine counterpart. You can see her as not necessarily female, but just the feminine for sure. And here it just represents to me a kind of power and strength in the feminine, in the femininity and the blessings that she gives and the abundance that she has that's just natural within her, what she shares with everyone. She also represents the long days of summer, and so there's so much that you can do with the light and in the light and then in the day. And so she's definitely a day energy and a positive energy. And she's also has a lot to do with action. So what is our unknown aspect that's happening this month? I have a bit of a counterpart to the Empress, which is not really a counterpart. It's actually an accent to the Empress using the Pixie's Astounding Lenormand cards. So I have 3 Pixie's Astounding Lenormand cards, and these will each describe what the unexpected is for the month. So we have the stars, we have the moon, and we have the fish. And the star is about healing and success and hopes and dreams and your intuition. And it can talk about astrology and also something being in the stars, like a destiny, like some kind of fated-ish situation. You know, this is meant to be. The moon is all about your creativity, recognition, honor, and fame. And the fish is fertility and prosperity and abundance. The fish with the moon to me can represent some kind of very special honor that you're receiving, some kind of high noted energy, like position. It could be a promotion, but I just feel like you are definitely like star energy, star power this month. And for some of you, the unexpected thing could have to do with fertility, possibly some of you getting pregnant, because the Empress definitely represents the mother and the pregnant energy. But otherwise, it could also be a pregnant energy in such that you are creating something and you're full of hope, full of something new and abundant, about ready to be birthed, or growing inside you, ready to be birthed. But there is a very strong, successful energy here. There's a lot of abundance and flow and fluidity. The fish again with the flowing. If you're interested in trying to make a baby, this is a good time to do it. Sometime this month is very auspicious for you. So some of our other cards we have, I found this deck that I made a while back. It's one of my very early decks, and it's just it was my very first idea on the fairy forecast, and I was making up little fairies. They look like butterflies, but it's like fairies with wings. And so each fairy forecast had a different little saying to it, and this one says tarot. So you could be something that you're doing has something to do with tarot. You're a tarot reader, you follow tarot very well. There's a lot of clues here in these pick-a cards and these readings that you get, and so tarot is sort of key for you possibly in the month, and you could be imparting some your own wisdom or learning more about it. And we have fire, so fire energy, passion, and excitement happening. So let's see now what's happening in your love life for the month of July. I was about to say June accidentally. And we have Tease. The energy is fun and lighthearted but uncertain. So as far as love, it could be a flirtation happening, something not sure where it's going to go, how is it going to develop. But you're going to get some signs and clues, and the universe will fill you in, will help you out in deciding and letting you know what more is going to come from this connection, relationship, flirtation, whatever it may be. A little bit more to the love story, though. We have the true love message oracle, and somebody is bedazzled by you, and it's not just something that you're doing to your outfit, bedazzling it. Somebody's actually bedazzled by you, and it could have something to do with 4th of July. So hopefully you watch this before the 4th of July, and you take an opportunity to go out and have some fun, because you could meet somebody or be attracted or have some kind of flirtation or something like that, excitement on the 4th of July with someone. Now that's of course if you're in the United States and you celebrate this, right? But if you're not, then this is just some kind of fun, exciting, sparkly type atmosphere where somebody really takes notice of you. And so finally we have from the Seasons of the Witch, Litha. We're phasing out of Litha and moving into Lunasa, or Lamas as we call it, that will be in August. But July will have a little bit of the Litha element and a little bit of the Lamas element, and I feel that light worker is definitely part of your spectrum here, because there's this Empress energy, there is this stars, there's this honor, there's the tarot coming out. So definitely you could be something having to do in the spiritual realm or the world, and imparting your gifts and helping others, or gaining a lot of information through tarot and this world as well. And as far as love's concerned, it just seems like you're shining, you're sparkling, you're beautiful, you're glowing, but maybe there's not really anything certain or anything particularly different in your love life. The only thing that's unexpected is possibly some kind of in the stars situation happening, some kind of fated thing, or some kind of recognition or honor that you weren't expecting. But the light worker has to talk about the transmutation of shadow is needed when seeking the light that guides you. So you may have to dabble with the shadow before you can officially step into the light. The key words are soul alignment, following passions. So we have fire representing passion, and transmuting the shadow. When a light creates a shadow, notice how the light doesn't dim as a response. It continues to shine even though the shadow is there, looming in the background. Light cannot avoid shadows any more than you can avoid people who are mean, rude, unsupportive, or lacking vision. Shining your light doesn't mean everyone will love you. It means you're turning on your light so the people who can and will love you in a way that you need to be loved can find you. Shining your light doesn't take much, simply a commitment to follow your passions and embrace the things that bring you joy, excitement, and a sense of wonder. Your soul falls into alignment a little bit more every time you follow what's in your heart. There is no need to fear the hows, whys, or what ifs. If a desire has made its way to you, it's because Spirit has already given it to you and is waiting for you to receive this gift. The right people, place, and opportunities will seek you out, providing you with necessary resources to achieve your dreams. When you listen carefully, your soul will tell you who is right and who is wrong. And that goes back with the signs. Spirit is sending you the right signs in all areas of your life. And when you listen carefully, your soul understands. You have a resonance. Just like when you pick a card, it's a soul resonance. And you can support yourself by choosing who and who cannot be in your life, or who you will follow, or what you will do next. So don't worry about the shadows, because the shadows can also be helpful in the situation, and they're just in the background, right? They make the light brighter. They can yell and they can intimidate, they can stare and complain, but they do not have the power to stop your light from shining. There is a quote by Ilanma Vanzant, and it says, "You don't get to tell people how to love you. You get to choose if you want to participate in the way they love." Interesting. So a little additional note for your love life. And that I'm feeling kind of an activist energy too from the light worker. You may be more involved in social justices and that kind of thing, also in the month of July. And good on you, and good work, being bold and strong and being that Empress energy. She is the entrepreneur. She's her self-made boss. She may be feminine, but it doesn't make her lesser. It makes her just as powerful, because she has her own unique skills and her own unique energy to tackle anything, whether it's love, work, or anything else. And good side note, it doesn't matter, because a lot of people are going to be bedazzled by you. All right. Oh, let's get some charms now. Oh, my finger slipped right into that ring. This is the masculine ring. So there could be a masculine out there that is getting divorced or breaking up, or because sometimes it can be the ring coming off or the ring going on. So the masculine could be committing to you, or it could be separating from someone. That's just the meaning that I gave this ring. And then we have the school bus, and we have Joan of Arc. I love this Joan of Arc coin. So Joan of Arc is saying, "Give me the courage and the fortitude to defeat my fears, and give me the strength to fight for what I believe in." And by the way, you may have noticed I have my USA fingernails, and sometimes it can be hard to be proud of being an American if you're an American. And in these times where there's a lot of crazy things happening, but you can still stand up for your beliefs, and it's still your country, our country, wherever you're from. There's a kind of patriotism that comes from being from a particular place or living in a certain place. And so that could be another thing. You could be standing up for that kind of issue or energy. Your place, this is where I belong. This is the place I'm going to fight for. And so you have Paris. Maybe you're from France. And this is kind of like a divine timing charm. And it's very romantic looking too, so it could have something to do with love and things falling into place nicely with love. You have the red thread here, so you're definitely connected to somebody. You have another connection, a connecting symbol, which is the water pipe, which represents love flowing through, emotions flowing through, and that flow like the fishies. Oh, look, you have a twin flame here too. And your heart appears to be locked right now. Well, that's okay. Sometimes we have to close our heart until we're ready to open it again. But especially if you're in a flirt phase, you might just want to keep it cool until you get to know people a little bit longer. You have the bat. I don't even know why I have the bat, but maybe it's just baseball, you know, playing baseball or watching baseball games. And it could have something to do with sports. And we also have the letter L. Yes, the letter L, and we have L-Y, Lee, like lovely. And you have the witch hat. So the witch hat, again, makes me think that you are, you know, it could be you're a tarot reader or some kind of intuitive, a light worker, somebody who deals in that kind of realm. And I think you're going to be your channel or whatever you do, your business will be uplifted this, especially in July, like a higher level energies coming through for you in July. Alrighty, so I hope you like that, and I'm moving on to the next, and you definitely can watch more than one pile if you like. It's just, you know, it's great fun. It's fun to pick a card according to how you resonate and your soul feels, but also you can watch all of them too, just to see, you know, the different aspects of each video, how they touch you, you know, and what kind of messages you get. So I'll see you at the next pile. Please give this a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate those things. and on to the next pile. And you picked pile number 2 with these lovely ladies. They represent the 3 of Cups and friendship and joy and parties and celebrations. In some decks, I've also read that the 3 of Cups can represent a tryst. So like running off with a person and having some good time with one or more. But the reason why there's 3, or why you see 3 women, is the 3 element can represent the 3 friends. It doesn't necessarily have to be just 3, but the 3 can also represent 2 people and a place as well. So that's where the tryst comes in, like a place you go to. There's a card I have out there that's the rendezvous card. That's kind of a similar energy. So the 3 of Cups is jolly good fun. It's a jolly good time to be had by all. This could represent you going out and going to parties. This is also could be a promises or pledges, like signing up to something and pledging some kind of vow or loyalty or something to a group. And so yeah, it could be like Girl Scouts or something like that. It could be lots of those kinds of things, but definitely can be a relationship type thing as well. Even though there's 3, it doesn't have to be 3 people. It could be 2 people and the 3rd element of it. And so one of the things that I found recently was my very first fairy forecast deck with these fairies that look like butterflies, but they're like fairies with wings, and they just have different little messages on them. And so you have water, the water element, which represents love and fertility and emotions, and you have also the air element, so logic and clear thinking and using your head. And so one of the things that I wanted to do this time around is have a kind of a companion cards with the Pixie's Astounding Lenormand. And talk about something unexpected that might happen this month. So here's your unexpected. We have the dog, we have the rider, and we have the heart. So the dog represents loyalty and affection and lovers and soulmates and trust and acceptance. It's everything that your favorite pet could be, and sometimes your favorite person and your best friend. It represents those kinds of things. It can definitely be a love in your life, especially since we have the heart here as well. And then with the rider here, we have delivery, news, visitor, and speed. And so if you're matching up piles, pile 1 and pile 2, they could be connected through the unexpected events, perhaps, or pile 1 and pile 2 and pile 3. However you want to do that, you're welcome to look at every pile, or you just pick one that resonates with you. But in this case, the dog can be a person coming to visit you, or with the rider here, especially because of being a visitor and something happening fast. But the word delivery kind of jumps out at me sometimes, because it can represent something having to do with fertility and pregnancy and things like that as well. Although this is mostly relationship related, because the heart is about love and love affairs and relationships. It can also represent courage and joy. It's passion and affection. And so there's a lot of passion and affection here for sure with the dog and the heart. And the rider could be somebody that is coming to visit, or it could be something that's happening quickly, like a whirlwind romance or something. This is the unexpected, because it's a romance that maybe you didn't realize would come around, and it's here. It has a speed energy to it. So let's find out a little bit more. So we also have the Dreaming of You card. Dreaming of You could represent somebody has been thinking about you, and now they're like approaching you. So that could be where the unexpected part comes in. We also have from the Romantic Fairy, surprise, surprise, we have Burning Desire. So this is a little bit, it takes a step beyond the Rendezvous card, and it feels like you are going to have a moment like this, a passion. It doesn't necessarily suggest intimacy and going all the way, but there is a passion here. There's something ignited. But it looks like it, doesn't it? And then you have a proposal. Your romance is about to evolve and level up. So it definitely could be a proposal for real. Like somebody getting down on a knee in July, that's possible. But most cases, the leveling up card just means you're moving on to the next phase of your relationship. So if you were just a flirtation, now you're leveling up to something more, wherever you are in a connection. If you're not with anyone and you're seeking love, then this could be the finding the person. That's the first phase. Getting connected with somebody. Oh, and so you also have a message from the Seasons of the Witch, Litha. The next season is Lunasa or Lamas, which is in August. So for now, we'll use the Litha deck to carry us into Lamas. But this card is especially sweet, and you have the roses. So the roses say, the soft petal felt upon your flesh is ready to release her thorns. So I feel like, love is about to become sweeter in this month, maybe sweeter than you expected. The key words are divine love, lasting relationships, and support. Few symbols represent love more than the rose. Its delicate petals and pretty shades meet prickly thorns and sturdy stems, much like love in the real sense. A rose is beauty intertwining with the occasional pain, all in an enduring dance of sharing your life with another. Roses in your spread symbolize an eternal love that has the potential to stand the test of time. It may not be fast or especially passionate, but it is solid and supportive, affectionate and endearing. It's the kind of love that reinvents itself, like a rose turning into a dried flower and expressing its beauty in a completely new way. If you are in a relationship, your partner is reliable and prefers to express themselves in practical ways rather than grand romantic gestures. They'll more likely fill your car with gas or take out the trash than to whisk you away to Paris. But you'll never have to question their loyalty, like the dog. And if you're seeking love, this card reminds you to consider someone who may not be the most attractive or interesting, but will be a soft place for you to land and rest your head through the good times and the bad. If your reading is about someone outside of a romantic relationship, receiving this card is confirmation of their devotion to you, or a sign that they're okay, that you don't have to worry about them. And the dog also represents devotion. So they will find the help and support that they need. And the same can be said if you're experiencing difficult times. Help is on the way in the form of supportive friend, mentor, or family member. So that could be too what's going on here. So lots of different messages here, but for some of you that need it, maybe there's somebody on the way to help you in whatever form you need this help. So we have a little bit of a spell that you can do in July, and it's called Releasing Rose Bano. Rose is a powerful nurturer, and a simple rose bath to help you release what is no longer serving you while gently embracing you is perfect when you get this card. You'll need a red candle, a handful of rose petals, and 1 tablespoon of honey. Fill the bath and light the candle. While doing so, think of the scent of roses. Sprinkle the rose petals slowly over the bath water, then get into the bath and take a moment to ground into the warmth of the water, spirit embracing you. The rose kissing your flesh and the scent of the roses filling your spirit. I think I've actually done this one, and it's very, very nice. When you are ready, pour the honey into the bath water and ask honey to bring sweetness into your bath experience. Allow Rose to gently travel with you into the emotions, thoughts, or spaces you wish for her to guide you with. You know, there was a time that I got this monthly gift for myself called Goddess Provisions, and I was also an ambassador, and I sold it too. And I got a little commission, not a big commission, but I enjoyed the monthly box and the gifts. And maybe it's time for you to get something like that, or maybe it's time for me to get something like that again. But that monthly gift really came with so many goodies, and it just felt like a blessing and a way to pamper yourself. And it was in that box that they had a special bath ritual, and it included different things in the box that you can put in the bath. So if you don't have a subscription, you don't need a subscription, but you can definitely buy the ingredients and just always have them on hand when you need one of these special baths. There's somebody dreaming of you out there. Whether you're with somebody or not, there is a divine energy. There's a divine love. But it's important to just embrace your friends as well, and love from all sources, not just romantic love, but all kinds of love. Increase more love in your life. So just spreading and sharing the love is definitely a good thing to do. So let's get some charms. Oh, we got the number 1, and you've got the crystal ball. So something about the future is at hand. You can see the future. You've got an engagement ring, so I think you may actually be some of you are getting engaged and July. I was about to say February. Why? Okay, some of you are getting engaged in February, but some of you are getting engaged in July. We have the word true and make. Oh, make your dreams come true and smile. And we have the number 16. That's my birth number. 16, or maybe something on the 16th. So this cup can represent like a champagne toast. It can be a margarita, but again, it's like celebrations, raising the cup. And here you have the key to just about everything. Now the keys, I like this little keychain and key holder. It can represent being able to have a home and a car, and just that, to me, it's just like keys to many things, is having access, having opportunities, getting to go anywhere you want to. But it also can come with responsibility, like a jailer or janitor who has the keys to everything. So consider what the key means to you. But it's definitely possibilities too, in a general sense. Possibilities in all areas of your life. And I feel like love is going to be super key in July, both romantically and in friendship and acquaintances. Yes, definitely. And help is on the way. And balance your emotions with your logical mind, and that will get you very far. And so please consider liking and subscribing to the channel if you're new, and if you're not, thank you so much for coming back. And check out everything in the description box, and if you need a reading, you can reach out to me. If you would like to go to the next pile, another pile, you're welcome to do that too, and I'll see you there. And here is pile number 3. And you chose the beautiful Queen of Pentacles. She is also kind of a mini Empress as well, with a lot of focus on the pentacle aspect of her. She is a good provider, a good mother, a good wife, all of the things that are typical in a woman. I mean, in a feminine, in a woman, the way it's like the all woman. And also because the Queen of Pentacles is the last suit, generally speaking, the Pentacles is the final suit. And the last suit always represents all the aspects of the other suit, similar to the 12th house in astrology. And she is she's also very mature and wise and thoughtful and very caring. She represents earth energy, earth signs too. So if you're an earth sign, this could resonate even more so, but it doesn't have to be. She represents successful people and being good with money and good with resources. And it could be you could have dark hair, you could be a dark skinned person. It doesn't necessarily mean that, but oftentimes the Queen of Pentacles can represent the darker appearance. And but she's a great energy. She's got a great big soul, kind soul, old soul. And she could be a bit serious, maybe a bit thorough and methodical, but she's definitely somebody who is very dependable. And like all Pentacles, this represents that committed energy, like if somebody says they're going to commit to you, the Pentacles people, they mean it. So she's also very contemplative and thoughtful. She doesn't act rashly or brashly. And it can represent a man or a woman, doesn't matter. It's just this particular type of energy that embodies the queen as opposed to the king or the knight. The queen has the nurturing energy within her, as well as some of the other entrepreneurial skilled abilities to deal with money and handle finances and resources too. So she's like, she can bring home the bacon and fry it up in a pan kind of woman. And this next little deck here is one that I created a long time ago. It was my very first fairy forecast deck, and they're supposed to be little fairies, even though it looks kind of like butterflies, but it's like fairies with their wings, and it just has like little words written on them. So we have grow, and we have earth. So yeah, and they kind of go really good together. You could be growing something literally in the ground, plants or whatever. You could be growing your money through investments or something like that as well. So that could be really good. So one of the things that I decided on for this month, for July, is to come up with something unexpected. And so I'm using the Pixie's Astounding Lenormand as kind of like an addition, like a partner, companion to the tarot, to talk about what's unexpected in July for you. So we have the bear, the tree, and the book. The bear, again, with the entrepreneurial energy, the person in charge, the bear, the mama bear. I see the bear mostly as the masculine, but it could be the masculine within the woman, or however you want to see it. Masculine, feminine, male, female, interchangeable, however you want to see this energy. It could be partnerships that are really great at combining their masculine and feminine energies to create businesses or to create their world that they live in. But the bear is very, it could have to do with finances and salary. It represents the official person. It represents protection and protectiveness. And so, yeah, if you are of a bear energy, you have a lot to protect. You have a lot to take care of. You think about your home, your world, everything within it is important and serious, and you feel that you have to take care of it, and it's part of who you are. And what's unexpected, though, it could be in this book. The book represents knowledge and secrets, so some kind of secret knowledge could be coming out. It could be that something that you have to study, or something that you have to learn, some kind of education, some kind of literal esoteric mystery is something that you could be learning in July. An esoteric mystery, something you've never knew before, that you're finally coming to your mind. It's enabling you too, if you're a very practical, down-to-earth kind of person and you get kind of spiritual and esoteric messages. That's a great combination, because using logic with mystery can be very exciting. The other aspects of the book is study too, and writing, literally writing a book, or beginning to write a book, or working, or your book getting some recognition, or a growth in your book, or a growth in that area. The tree is growth. It is growth. It's the tree. It is blooming. It's blossoming. It's interesting. I have this tree that it looked like it was dead, and during winter I was like, oh well, it was a nice tree. And then spring, it was growing kind of funny. I was like, I want to make sure that the branches make a nice round shape, so I trimmed it in such a way that it would grow. When it grew, it would be nice, and a nice rounded. And my goodness, what a tree it is now. It's so beautiful and very big and tall and rounded. So I'm glad I trimmed it when I did. So it's just, the growth of things can be quite amazing, you know. And the tree is more than just growth, though. The tree can also represent your body. It can also represent health in general, like your spiritual, mental, physical health. It can represent karma and destiny, and also your connection to your ancestors as well. So all of that is coming together in this sort of mysterious I wanted to say new beginning. I'm not sure if it's a new beginning or if it's a continuation of something with a new insight to it. But you're learning something that you didn't know before, and you could be making a little more money than you expected, or something coming through, or something having to do with your body is an unexpected development in your physical body. It could be building muscles, or you could be changing your shape somehow, something like that as well. Something that you learn that can help some of that, the mystery of your body too, something that you didn't realize that you can eat or do to make a difference. Anything like that could happen. So just be aware of the unusual qualities of your world, your environment, your outdoors. Your protective energy is fine. It's spot on. It's necessary for your life, but just try not to be too overprotective, and not to be too guarded or too serious. But being guarded and serious seems to come kind of natural to this Queen of Pentacles. But anything to the extreme can get you off balance. So it's important to balance those things that might go off balance sometimes. So let's have a little look-see at your love life. We didn't get any real clue about love life through these cards, except to state that the Queen of Pentacles is a very devoted wife, mother, lover, devoted, and represents commitment. But so what is your true love message? We have growing closer, again with the growth. So somebody, if you're not with anybody, you may find someone, but if you're already with somebody, you're getting closer to them. Or if there's somebody that you're interested in that seems distant in some way, physically distant or emotionally distant, you may be feeling a little bit more connected to them in the month of July. You're growing closer. Also, maybe you're just plain getting to know somebody a little bit better. So let's see what your romantic fairy has to say. We have real feelings. You share true romantic feelings worth exploring. And lasting love. This is your true love. So you may be finding your true love. If you haven't met them yet, they could be coming through in July. And if you're doubting the feelings that you share, this card is saying that these feelings are real, that this is something worth exploring. So keep looking into this, keep seeing it for the good that it is. And maybe it's time to open your heart a little bit and, not keep it too closed or be too overly cautious. I feel like, though, that you can trust, and you're going to know that you can trust this person coming through as you grow closer and closer to them. So last we have the Litha card, and from the Seasons of the Witch, Litha. We're moving on to the next season will be Lammas or Lunasa, and that happens in August. So until then, we still have this Litha energy, this summer solstice energy. So let's see what you got. You got Sun Salutation. Praise the temple that carries your spirit. Support is needed. So there's definitely another message here about your body. The body energy is key. This message about taking care of your body is strong, and something having to do with your physical changes or growth, strength, inner and outer strength, spiritual strength, whatever the case may be. There seems to be a strong abundance and strength and love and courage about you, but also more, in, like I would say, in your finances and your resources, you're doing really well. And then in your physical body, there's another area to focus on. And so the key words are wellness and supporting your body. Receiving this card is an immediate call to make self-care a priority, especially if you have experienced struggles in manifesting more abundance or love into your life. So if love is an issue, then I think you will find that solution, and somehow you will get closer to it, because the growing closer is a promise. It's the July promise that you will get more close and connected to someone, whether you have a person in mind or not, whether you're already with somebody and you just long for more love or more connectivity or more affection. Something is coming through, something because you're giving it to yourself too, and that's the priority. So it may not seem as though health and wellness have anything to do with your other goals. And see, this, again, with the tree, it's health and wellness. That is a big one for every area of your life, making sure you're well. And the bear, it's talking about that too, like you're all protecting your own self, and protecting the others around you. Consider that you would not have a way to experience wealth, joy, love, or material possessions without your physical body. It is your soul's home and how you take in the world around you. Without vitality, it could become much more difficult to show up for the things money could afford you. How can you enjoy travel, cars, houses, or parties if you don't have the physical strength, or enjoy time with loved ones if your mind is foggy and tired? Often a healthy body results in a healthier brain, unlocking creative ideas and making it easier to problem solve and stimulate emotional wellness too. You need all of that. Like, how can you solve a problem if you're like malnourished and you need to eat well? So you're, as crazy as it sounds, you got to eat right so your mind works correctly too. So you'll find a solution. July is the month of solutions. It's finding this mystery of your body. It's going back to that again. What are you finding, I wonder? But you're finding a solution to your whole wellness. And you're going to be able to answer your question with greater ease after making time for proper rest and better nutrition and taking a break. There's no need to look a certain way or attempt to mold yourself into unrealistic beauty standards. All that's required is finding ways to support your body to facilitate a feeling of vitality, energy, and strength. And this will be different for different people. So listen to your body and let it guide you to what feels best. Yeah, it's not a one-size-fits-all reading. You take, from this to what you feel is your message. But I feel like for the majority of people, you are finding something special about your body and a good change, something that will be good for the rest of your areas of your life, your career, work, and love life as well. All right. And it could be a mental health and spiritual health that's being enhanced. Let's see what your charms have to say. All right, we have celebrate, yay, believe not, believe yes, believe. Okay, believe you are what? Special, peaceful, make and believe. And learn. You're learning something for sure. And you have the thimble of protection. Protection's big. You have the little turtle. Oh, the turtle's so cute. This isn't the sea turtle though. This is a regular turtle. Turtles grow so big, don't they? And they start so small. There's a lot of growth here, a lot of opportunity. The steamboat talks about like moving full steam ahead, you can be quick on something or slow. A lot of interesting messages. There's grace. There's the dime. When I see the dime, I think of design on the dime, or I think of like, yes, stretching your money. A little goes a long way. And then we have the heart, and that represents your love, your heart. The tennis in the game of tennis is the word love too, and There could be the ball is in your court. It could be that you have to make a move. There could be it could symbolize a positive back and forth that's happening here. And the safety pin is you're going to feel safe. You have a safe energy. 8 is interesting. I feel like 8 could represent a clue into August. Almost makes me want to get you a Llamas card. If I do, you'll be the only one. I can specially, you know what, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a little special treat for you. 8, I feel like Lionsgate and August and something very interesting happening in August coming through. And I'm hearing a message and I want to pull a card for you. So I'm going to do that. This is the Seasons of the Witch Llamas deck, which is also called Lunasa. That's that season. And it is so pretty. This one has the green edge, metallic edge. So let's see, what is your additional message? Now, if you're somebody that decided to watch all 3 piles, or this pile and additional and another pile, then congratulations, you found the pot of gold. And see, we got green for winning money. I feel like you're gonna be doing pretty good with money too. But the main emphasis for pile 3 has to do with body and well-being. And let's see what this maybe this is your esoteric mystery. What is the special Llamas message for you for August? Corn. Let spirit guide you and take meaningful action. Dreams become reality when combined with purposeful intention and action. Wow, and it's the number 10. So let's check it out. I suddenly just feel like doing this all day long for the rest of the day now. Sometimes I think, oh, okay, I have this much time to do my reading, and then I'm going to stop and I do other things. And now I'm like, oh, I just feel like doing this. So the corn represents sacred feminine energy, mother goddess, and receptivity and balance. Yes. This is, and I was talking about balance, make sure to balance the seriousness with the funniness, balance the feminine and the masculine. Yeah. This is your invitation to open yourself up to the inner workings of your spirit and navigate your decisions and actions from a place of authenticity and balance. Corn represents both the sun and sacred feminine, represented by the corn mother and the corn maiden. Wow. And see, we have it's like she's the corn maiden. It is a symbol of tempering action with allowing what you desire to come to you. In a reading, this card is guiding you to approach situations from both the head and the heart. You're being asked to stay open to spirit while also grounding your desires in a physical world. Dreams without action are fantasy, and action without intention is wasted time. Likewise, there are times when you need to push and times when you should sit back and let things come to you. It's a constant dance of refining, always tinkering until you get just the right formula. And this is what I often say too. It's like we're co-creating with spirit. Sometimes it's not always 50-50. It's not always, I do my part, you do your, spirit, and, shake on it. No, sometimes we have to put in a little bit more of our energy, and sometimes we have to sit back and let God, right? Sometimes there is just not a lot we can do about certain situations, but not every situation that you come across uses the same formula. You have to tip a little on this side or tip a little on this side. Same with masculine and feminine energies when you're approaching problems or situations or what problems are not, projects or whatever you have a particular formula, and that's the key. I think that's happening. It's tinkering. It's experimenting. So pay attention to what it feels like. If you want, listen to this whole pile again. And also, what, you know, if you didn't watch the other piles, watch the other piles. I feel like there's a even bigger message within the whole reading, because this card is trying to tell you, reread the meaning of this card and pay attention to which feels like the right path forward, action or receptivity, because that is what is required most at this time to address your question. If you have a question, this is a good practice. If you have a particular question, like what should I do, or should I go for it, or should I hang back, listen with your intuition, feel into this reading, whatever tingly, resonant, what it feels right, that's your answer. If it feels good and feels right. Or maybe check pile 1 or 2 out to see if there's something there that resonates. That could be the answer to a question you might have. But if you don't have a question and you're just trying to get messages, then know that the message here is balance in everything. Sometimes it takes a little more effort, and sometimes it takes a little less effort. You have to realize, in a world where everything, you know, life isn't just a practical round and round and round, and, you know, you work and you get stuff out of whatever you do by working. A lot of times it has to do with the mysteries and the unusual and the unexpected. So consider that. If you feel like you're the kind of person that just always thinks I have to work to get to do, and you're very practical that way, and very like old school that way, or I shouldn't say old school, but traditional, I should say, traditionally that way, then you might want to try something that's not as traditional. Maybe or think about your relationship with your divine energy, you know, your maker, or whatever however you want to see this higher spiritual energy. Think about that energy. Think about how they can help in this situation often. Think about that often. Like, maybe before you do anything, say, is this a 50-50 situation, where do I need to put 70 effort and let you do 30, or should I give you most of this energy and take a little breather and lay back a little bit? You know, really think about that a lot more. I think will be helpful in your life in July specifically. Anyway, I hope you guys like that. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. And if you're not new, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you so much. If you're a subscriber, there's this new thing now where your name is listed as a subscriber, and you know, that could be really fun. If you are a member, your name is always at the top of my front page too, so subscribers get headline. Check out the description box for all the places where you can find me, and if you'd like to get a reading, please reach out to me at artladyjas@gmail.com. And I'll be happy to do any private readings, but you can also become a member and just automatically get readings every month. So I'll see you guys around, and thank you so much for being here, and I shall get into the swing of things again. I do want to do a reading about what movie resembles your love life. So if you would like something like that, please let me know. And if you have any ideas, if suggestions is the better word, please let them be written down in the comment section. Please let me know of any of your ideas and suggestions in the comment section. Thank you so much. Until next we meet, faith, trust, and pixie dust.